she just seemed very weak. And I don't think she's going to stay that way. I do think if they're keeping her in the show that hopefully they're going to write something good for her. And I think she's going to kind of clap back at the Lions, period. Because now she's got Lucius, she's got Akeem, and she's got Cookie, who she really has some reason to want to get revenge on, because in season 1 she seemed like a strong, educated, smart businesswoman and who had her stuff together, and now all of a sudden she's just doesn't know what to do. She just needs somebody to, even if it's Hakeem. And so I'm kind of interested to see what she's gonna do. Hopefully she'll get back out of it and do something, because it's weird. I don't like to see her just weak and feeling like she just needs Lucius or Cookie or Akeem, or I don't know if other companies won't hire her because she was with them or what, but I do want to see something more, because I don't like this weak Anika. It's not fun.
Right. I looked ahead on one of the descriptions on Rotten Tomatoes, and I guess 2 episodes from now, she has a serious revelation that happens for her character, but it didn't go into any detail. I'm wondering if maybe she's pregnant. That would be her way back into the family immediately. Or I don't know what else it could be. Like I said, I'm just trying to read into it. But it's supposed to be something. It says something about a major... I think it said Anika learns the results of some test or something. So I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws trying to understand that. What do you think about Jamal? I'm a little confused with what's going on with him. Obviously, like I said, he's now kind of the centerpiece of the roster, the Empire roster. Him and his dad are on great terms. But I'm a little confused as to why Jamal would be complaining that the marketing team is pushing him as a gay artist. I just don't think that seems realistic. I don't need to mention any names throughout the years in real R&B who has been thought to be gay or straight or whatever, and how they were handled. But I don't think we're far enough along in society yet with the LGBT community to where any artist, male or female, would just be straight out marketed as a gay artist. I just don't think that would make sense, financially, because you don't want to narrow your market down to anything. So I think, one, that seems a little poorly handled. And then I also ask, I know Lucius has accepted his son a lot better and his situation or his lifestyle or orientation or what have you. But now we're just supposed to believe that the controlling Lucius would just allow Jamal to really just be, blatantly marketed as a homosexual or a gay artist. That just doesn't jive.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I think that's why maybe he was complaining, because I don't know exactly what he meant by they were just marketing him as just like this gay artist or for gay people or something like that. And obviously that would limit his opportunities, because like you said, the world is not still ready for just gay and everything. So that was a little confusing to me. I get what he's saying, like he's not just a gay artist, he's an artist who happens to be gay. But it was a little confusing to say that they were marketing him that way, just because, like you said, you're going to want to do whatever is going to bring in the most revenue, and that's reaching the biggest fan base. And so that was a little weird to me as well. And I think Lucius, yeah, he's seemingly like, okay, I accept you and everything, but we have to remember he's Lucius. So at the end of the day, he's the puppet master. He's gonna have some leverage over you to control you, and so he'll give as much leeway and say this or that as much as he can. But ultimately, I think he still plans on kind of holding that control over Jamal, Hakeem, Andre, and really everyone that he can. So,
do you think he's? Do you think deep down that he kind of regards Hakeem as a better artist, or maybe more closer along to who he was in his heyday? Or is it just a matter of not letting Hakeem be with his mother so that Cookie doesn't have any success? What's his motives for wanting Hakeem back at Empire so badly?
I think Hakeem is his golden child. He loves Hakeem. I think he wants Hakeem. He likes his rapping. He's young. He wants to be able to mold him. It probably has a little bit about Cookie too, but I think that was his kind of protege, like where Jamal sings and everything, and he is supposed to be the more talented one. I think Hakeem more has his heart, like he's the player. He's, you know what I mean. He didn't have his mother growing up as well, so I think he really, wants Hakeem, and I think he wants to see him kind of become a man and then still come over to Empire. But I'm hoping that Hakeem kind of stays away from Empire, but we'll see what happens with the whole Laz situation and what happens with that.
Yeah, maybe it's a matter of, Lucius looks at Hakeem and thinks that he can vicariously kind of experience his success and, his maturation and all of that if he keeps him close by. And again, I think they're kind of, both of them are more so, Lucius was more of a rapper, and now Hakeem is kind of in that, is a rapper. So maybe it's easier for him to relate. Obviously he can't tell the same stories through Jamal's lyrics because he comes from a different place. So with his music, so maybe that's what it is. Moving along, your golden boy, Andre has kind of stepped to the front. He's actually trying to run Gutter Life Records. I'm still not on board with how his spiritual growth storyline is kind of being handled. But, I'm willing to see how it plays out. What do you think about him and J Papa, the introduction, and then him coaching J Papa to get into, to incorporate?
I don't know what they're doing with Andre. I just don't know what they're doing. And I know he's finding the Lord, and he wants to bring some kind of, light to the gutter.
Right.
With Gutter Life Records. But he's a MBA, he's a businessman, and so it's like, are you making good business decisions for your business, this company that you're running? Or are you saying, oh, well, let's, put the Lord in it? And it's nothing wrong with having the Lord in it, but go start your own company. Go Christian or something like that. I don't know why he feels the need to continue to try to be validated by Lucius when he knows that this dude is no good. And so I don't know what they're trying to do with his story. And then I don't know, they haven't really touched a lot on his bipolar a whole lot this season, but some things, like I think the first episode they kind of showed it a little bit. So I don't know, we'll have to see. He's such a good actor, so I hope the writing continues to get better for him. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't know. It's really hard to tell what's gonna happen, and I don't know. I don't get him all the time. So
I thought it was good that they kind of threw somebody in here to give Andre an ally. And
yeah, J Papa, yeah.
Right, I thought that was a positive, but then the way that it kind of unfolded so abruptly with J Papa throwing these, the scripture into the lyrics at this performance. Again, I just think that's, it's tons of rappers. I mean, most of your best-selling rappers, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Tupac, DMX, all of these guys have sprinkled different scriptural, teachings and whatnot into their lyrics. I just didn't think it needed to be as blatant as this was. But it ruffled Lucius's feathers, and I think that's just kind of one of the things that the show struggles with anyway. Is the performance thing with Frida Gatz, with the guy in the crowd bothering her in this performance. I mean, that was kind of I had a problem with that, which Panama Jackson from the Root.com mentioned that. Then also, with the performance that Hakeem and his girl group had, for him to just totally lose it on stage, and then Lucius has had left the building, but now he pops up in the front row of the crowd. But I think some of those types of situations just occur because that's part of the Hollywood side of it, and things that need to happen so that the story can be told. But we'll see. Like you said, Andre, he seemed, along with his character, the writing itself just seems to put so many, all of these characters, their overall disposition and whatnot is so inconsistent, scene to scene, that it's just starting to look a little sloppy to me. Like here it is, Andre's in the boardroom, he's leading this group of people, and, and you see the strength in him that you've mentioned many times. But then we get to the next scene, and like I said, to try to challenge his father, knowing that his dad wouldn't like that. And like you said, knowing that that's not necessarily good for business and sales. Are you going to turn... I was kind of a little confused with the guy anyway, with the tattoos and his look, and then the lyrics that I can't even remember the chorus, but I thought it was a little, I don't know. The music and everything is just a little off at this point for me. But I will credit, I do think you just mentioned Laz being a part of the group that Hakeem referred to as the Cowboys, or dirty punk ass Cowboys, or whatever he called them. But the guys with this bull's head tattoo on their backs, I thought that was probably the best, or the most well handled, like, storytelling, or the big reveal at the end that Laz is actually the head of that group. I thought that was about the best thing that the writers handled, was how they played that out and revealed that to the audience.
Yeah, definitely. And I knew it was him, but I think poor Cookie,
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I think that will be an interesting story to see how that really plays out. Is he going to fall in love with her and turn out to be, decent, or is he really going to try to hurt her? And of course, anybody who tries to come against Cookie or Lucius is going to go down. So I think that's going to be really interesting to see. But they're so cute together, so I hope we get a couple more lovey-dovey things before we find out that he's the bad guy and he gets his butt beat.
Right.
But yeah. So I think that was probably the most interesting piece of the story of that episode, to be honest. And I liked the brotherly love, when Andre and Jesse and Jamal and Hakeem.
Yeah, we haven't seen that
had their little moment.
Yeah,
I think the reveal with that tattoo, and because even if she saw the tattoo, she didn't see the tattoos on the other guy. So, and because he didn't really want to talk, Hakeem didn't really talk about it at the time. I wonder when she'll find out, or how they'll find out exactly. So
yeah, I'm wondering. I guess that could probably be one thing that somebody, like I said, such as Panama Jackson, is complaining that different details or different things are being skipped. But by Hakeem not talking to the police or anything and giving any kind of statements, and we never heard him describe what he saw or anything. So now Laz doesn't know what Hakeem knows. So like you said, I kind of been the last day or so, I've been playing around in my mind, like why, for what reason would Laz have his shirt off, for Hakeem